achieving your best life. We are going to St. Augustine to check out all the old town type of stuff. We're about to hit the road. So we are almost in St. Augustine, but we can't check into our hotel just yet. So we are probably going to go ahead and head over to a brewery. Obviously looking forward to that. We have made it to St. Augustine. We are about to go to Bog Brewing Company. They have some New Englands. Looking forward to checking out this brewery while we're waiting to be able to check into our hotel. St. Augustine, the trip has officially begun. So right off the rip, I wanted to check out this brewery because I knew that they had a New England style IPA that was on tap. When we got inside, as you can see, it's a quaint spot. The space on the indoors is not that big. However, they do have a backspace that it has a little more patio room and it's nice out there. So we were able to get our hands on a flight, which is cool. You buy each beer, I believe they were individually priced for the flight between like $175 and $350 maybe. So pretty good idea. Really looking forward to this. They got a couple hazy looking ones. Oh. Including this one right here that's literally named the West King Haze. So we are at Bog Brewing Company in St. Augustine, and as you can see, we've got this flight of beers. We've got a hazy, a Beach House IPA that looks hazy, something called the Rosa Sour, and a Berliner Weiss that's also supposed to be sour based on what the menu was talking about. I already took a sip of this West Haze King, and it's pretty chill, not overpowering with the flavor, pretty balanced. I'm looking forward to trying this Beach House IPA. At this Bog Brewing Company, they have an outdoor seating area, and it's pretty chill. They've got benches, also with umbrellas. Good place to just hang out and have a beer if you're in the St. Augustine area. Bog Brewing had a little taco stand that was outside, and we got the tacos. They were awesome. They had radishes on them, which give it a nice texture. We got chicken and carne asada tacos, and the sauce was also fire. Jessica, how did you like your tacos?
They were very good.
What kind of taco did you have?
Chicken taco.
Where did you have your taco?
Outside Bog Brewing Company.
Did you like the salsa?
The salsa was really good. Fresh salsa.
What did you think about a radish? You've never had a radish before.
It wasn't bad. It tasted kind of earthy. Crunchy
And earthy. So our first stop in St. Augustine was Bog Brewing Company. They had some cool beers, low-key, hazy-looking beers, as well as some sours, and the tacos. I thought they were phenomenal. This isn't just some made-for-YouTube story. I stepped in some dog shit or some level of shit. It was on my shoe, and then I got into the car. It was in the car, so we are just now spending the time to clean off the floor mat. St. Augustine, still off to a good start. Alright, so we went out to St. Augustine Beach. This is what the intercoastal looks as you're getting out to the beach. No drawbridges over here, just straight water with a little bit of marsh on both of the sides. St. Augustine Beach, beautiful long boardwalk, as you can see. Beach nice and wide. It's nice out here. First of all, it was raining, so with the rain, a lot less people go to the beach. But that was perfect for us because we just wanted to check out the beach and we were able to get some parking. So they did have a pier, but we didn't go out on it. There was a fee. Well, after we had gone to the beach and seen the actual sand and ocean, we did take it upon ourselves to drive up and down the coast. I don't know if you can see it where my finger is, but that is Fort Matazas. In a different time, you could take a boat out there and check it out. That's where the Spanish would fire cannons to warn British ships that the fort was defensible, to try to stop anyone from trying to creep up this back way to do an attack onto St. Augustine. The St. Augustine Lighthouse. If you come to St. Augustine, you gotta check it out. It's a little rainy now for us, but you can still see it nice and clear. Ben's Soft Pretzels. We straight up got this idea from another YouTube channel, but when we got there, they were fire. Check it out. Some of them had jalapeno, some of them had pepperoni. The inside of it was just this little place in St. Augustine, but let me tell you something. When you took a bite of this pretzel, you could tell that it was fresh, it was warm, and the toppings with the cheese, come on, my people. This is Constitution Park, right in the heart of St. Augustine. You can't miss it, and the lights are cool this time of year.
This is the oldest public space in America, laid out by Spanish royal ordinances in 1573.
All right, so this right here, this is called Constitution Monument, and it is a monument that was erected in memory of Spain going to a constitutional government in 1812. They ordered that every one of the Spanish colonies in their main plaza erect a monument to their new constitution. The irony of the whole thing was that a year later, the constitutional government was overthrown by the monarchy, and then the monarchy said to tear down all of these monuments that they had put in all of their colonies. But the monument here in St. Augustine, the folks had sacrificed so much to build it that they decided not to tear down this monument, and this is supposedly the last living constitutional monument of all those monuments that were erected in all of the plazas right here in St. Augustine. This is Grilled Cheese Gallery. We were pleasantly surprised to find out they have a location also in Palm Beach. We love grilled cheese, and we also love mac and cheese. So when we found out that they had a grilled cheese with mac and cheese, it became almost impossible for us not to go and try this out. It was certainly worth it. Welcome to Old Coast Ales in St. Augustine. I was excited to come and check out this brewery because I knew that they had a New England IPA that was called With Much Anticipation. After checking out their website, they now have a New England called Static Haze. So maybe I'm going to try to go there in the future again to check out this other hazy beer that they had. The inside was cool, but the outside patio stole the show. It was really quaint and a great place to hang out. Schrigs Bagels right there in
Schrigs
Colonial
Bagels.
St. Augustine. The bagels were fantastic. Jessica got an everything bagel. I got this jalapeno cheddar cheese bagel, and they make the cream cheese right there. Actually, this place was so good that we went there twice in the couple of days that we were in St. Augustine. So we are here in St. Augustine at the fort. It's daytime. We're gonna go ahead and take a look. So this is Castillo de San Marcos National Monument in St. Augustine. It's hard to miss because it's right by the colonial village in St. Augustine. It was built by the Spanish to defend Florida and the Atlantic trade route. Castillo de San Marcos National Monument preserves the oldest masonry fortification in the continental United States, and it interprets more than 450 years of cultural intersections. Castillo de San Marcos was attacked several times and twice besieged, first by the English colonial forces led by Carolina Colony Governor James Monroe in 1702, and then by English Georgia colonial governor James Oglethorpe in 1740, but it was never taken by force. This is one of the sites, if you're in St. Augustine, that you just can't miss. This is the Huguenot Cemetery in St. Augustine. It was a Protestant burial ground between the years of 1821 and 1884. This fountain is right outside the visitor center in St. Augustine. It's kind of creepy. The visitor center in St. Augustine is pretty cool. It's kind of like a museum, and you just walk around and you can see all these different historical aspects of St. Augustine. I mean, folks, they had a replica boat in this visitor center. So when you're in St. Augustine, you can come here and go to this colonial experience where you walk around and it feels like you are in medieval times. The buildings look like they're from like the 15, 16, 1700s, and it's just a cool place if you had kids. Like, just a cool place to be, a cool place to just even just walk around and check out. Where are you?
Colonial Quarter on St. George Street, St. Augustine.
Hey, Jimmy, don't drop that.
as we continue to walk through Colonial Experience St. Augustine. I gotta admit, I love St. George Street and this old colonial village that is in St. Augustine. It's just one of these things that every time I come back, it's always really cool to experience. If you're ever in St. Augustine, you should check out Flagler College. It was founded in 1968, but more interestingly, the centerpiece is the Ponce de Leon Hotel, which was built back in 1888 as a luxury hotel for Henry Morrison Flagler, the industrialist, oil magnate, and railroad pioneer. Henry Flagler was a co-founder of Standard Oil, and the hotel was designed in the Spanish Renaissance style as the first major project of the New York architecture firm Carrere and Hastings, which would go on to gain world renown. The hotel was the first of its kind, constructed entirely of poured concrete using the local coquina stone as aggregate. The hotel was also one of the first buildings in the country wired for electricity from the onset, with the power being supplied by DC generators installed by Flagler's friend, Thomas Edison. The two coolest things I saw when I was there are the painting on the dome and the cool water fountain out front. This is the Leitner Museum, and it occupies the historic Alcazar Hotel, a Gilded Age resort hotel built in 1888 by railroad magnate Henry Flagler. Now, when you walk into this courtyard, the architecture is impressive, and it is a very aesthetic courtyard that has some nice koi ponds. These koi are huge.
Is koi just a big goldfish?
That's a good question. I'm not a fisher. You know more about fish than me. You know that. Furnishings, paintings, leaded glass windows, cut and blown glass, and natural history specimens from the Otto Leitner collection are exhibited against the backdrop of the magnificent Alcazar Hotel. I don't know who Buddy on the Wall is, but he existed a while ago. Oh man, that's a serious line. Alright, we went to Kookaburra Coffee and I got a drip with a shot of espresso in it. I can't even drink it, it's too hot. It's gonna burn my mouth. How do you like your blueberry muffin?
Very yummy. I think it's gluten-free.
Governor's house. The original one was burnt down by this English guy, and then it was rebuilt here, and it served as a courthouse, it served as a post office, and now it serves as a museum that talks about the history of St. Augustine. So here we are just walking through the Governor's House Museum. It is talking about some indigenous people here. A lot of this history becomes redundant when you're in St. Augustine because you see a lot of the historical account at many of the different places that you will go to. Here it's talking about the first settlement and how these settlements worked. St. Augustine has a really interesting history between the Spanish, the English, the Americans, and also the indigenous people. Also, can't forget the freed blacks when we talk about the peoples of St. Augustine. This is Old Jail St. Augustine, where you can take a tour and see what it was like to be a prisoner back in the day.
Welcome to the Attitude Rehabilitation Yard, the finest in public humiliation. Now, the first level of punishment are these stockades. They lock up one of these things about 4 or 6 hours, and then they invite the tadpole to come out here and throw things at you, call you all sorts of names, maybe even slap you over the face a couple times. So it's interactive too. The second level of punishment is this bird cage here. Folks, if you're joining a jail processing, you have to start out front of the podium for the next one.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, the second level of punishment, here's this bird cage. They place them inside the cage, tie a rope to the top, and then they hang off a tree branch. Like the one back there, about 15, 20 feet up. And you swing away like a little jailbird. That's what the townfolk call you anyway. Now you're up there for about 24 to 36 hours. With no food, no water, no protection on the outside elements, and all the lovely townfolk down below watching everything you do. But look at the bright side of it. You get out of the building for a little while. You get to enjoy Florida's mostly beautiful weather. You get to interact with people and animals. The food they throw at you out here, you're going to eat a lot better out here than you will inside the jail. The only downside to this is when there's lightning around or if it's a really windy day. That's really about it. So this is pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? To hang prisoners here. The most recent one we had was actually a good friend of mine. His name was Charlie Powell. Now, my friend Charlie shot and killed him at the local saloon because that man had been going around the town spreading nasty false rumors about Charlie's wife.
What I found wild was that they would fit up to 20 people in one cell. These cells are not that big. It looks like it would be hard to fit 4 people in it, let alone 20. Important to remember, if you're in the 1800s, do not get caught stealing a horse.
Hey Jessica, where are you?
Oh, jail.
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 Look at all these straps. Are these all the shanks they made? Nah.
Floors upstairs and downstairs are 4 feet thick concrete.
Fort Mose, this is where the freed Africans in St. Augustine lived back in the day. I think it was like in the 1700s. So we're gonna take a walkway to freedom.
Has it classified as Fort Negro?
So this is Brews and Dogs in St. Augustine. They are known for craft beer and gourmet dogs. Their motto is to eat clean, drink local, and support local. They are organic and non-GMO as far as the dogs go, and they have 24 Florida craft beers on draft. So as you can see, I got a hazy New England style, and then we got this dog that had bacon on it and mac and cheese, and we also got little dog bites on the side. It was really delicious and perfect timing for us because we were really hungry when we got there.
So we were looking for a place to eat in St. Augustine, and we found this place called Ford's Garage. And they had all these different mac and cheeses that really intrigued us. When we came here, we were actually at a Ford dealership. And we were like, are we actually eating at the dealership? And apparently this dealership has their own restaurant in it.
Oh, is it your maker?
So glad that we dropped in at Ford's Garage Diner in St. Augustine. They had a gas pump for a door handle, which I thought was a cool touch. They also had some old school vehicles out front with a retro gas station, which was cool to look at while we were waiting for our table, which we waited for about 45 minutes because local people in St. Augustine love this place as much as we did. Come to find out, there are multiple locations of Ford's Garage Diner all throughout the state of Florida. As far as food, we got hand-battered chicken tenders, which were really good, but as far as the entrees, the buffalo blackened chicken mac and cheese was actually on a whole nother level. For the dessert, we did get the chocolate peanut butter thunder cake, which was also yummy. Relampago Coffee Lab. It is right in the Colonial St. Augustine area, and it is a coffee shop that has things that you can eat for breakfast, some muffins, some quiche-like dishes, and they also had some really good coffee. Their pour-over was very interesting. It was a straight-up pour-over machine that I had never seen before, so now you're getting to check it out. I had never seen anything like this before, and the coffee was actually really, really good as well.
What are you eating?
Spinach mozzarella strata,
Where are we?
Relampago coffee.
I was also a fan of their cool coffee artwork that they had within this coffee shop. Thanks for watching our St. Augustine video. If we missed anything, be sure to put it in the comments. And also, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and like and subscribe to the Achieving Your Best Life YouTube channel so you can see more travel videos, especially the ones that we road trip during the COVID lockdowns like this.